Good evening. Welcome back to WtOS Sleep, another episode of the Parliament. Before we get started this week, I would like to thank the guys at Spurs Kings. We're dual streaming for the first time. So if you're locked in from the Spurs side of things, welcome. If it's your first time here, like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Push it out. Good time to join, to be fair. Couldn't have picked a better moment. So yeah, I appreciate Marlon, Ash, you guys for supporting us and helping us try and move a bit further out there. So yeah,
cheers, Marlon and Ash.
Right, but Stocky's already pointed at the shirt. In fact, let's do some introductions for any new people who haven't seen us before. Stocky, tell the people about yourselves.
I'm a for once happy West Ham supporter, although I won't be. We'll still probably go down, but at least we've had a laugh for a week.
Yeah, well, at least 1 week out of the many.
Yeah, exactly. As the caption says just down here, a new Champo correspondent on WtOS Sleep. I'm looking forward to going real in depth on that next season.
Yeah, we're going to be outweighed. We're going to be pretty much level with resident Owls, Champo. Well, not even Champo. Football League to Premier League is going to be leveled out. So, potentially, unless West Ham do something crazy. Big up, Brian. Good to see you in, sir. Thanks for joining us. And Shuey, tell the people about yourselves. You're the Spurs Defence League this week.
Well, defence is strong, but yeah, Spurs fan nonetheless, I suppose. Yeah, disgruntled season ticket holder. I'm just going to put myself as. That's about it.
There we go. And it hasn't all been fun and games over at the Tottenham Stadium this season. So,
which means there hasn't been any fun and games, mate.
It must have been. Maybe not for the Tottenham fans.
Not at home. Away we were all right. Home's hard
into
work.
Spurs AI as well. Well, as we're on the Spurs channel, West Ham, Stocky's actually got a kind of smile on his face.
Yeah, this is rare.
Let's jump straight into it. Tottenham West Ham, Saturday. Did either of you go? Stocky?
No, unfortunately, away West Ham tickets are like hen's teeth, despite being that bad. So I didn't get a ticket. But I know our good friend Shuey did.
Okay, so it looks like it's over to you, Shuey. Talk us through what you thought on this game, because I think we all watched it, but you was there in the flesh. Did you go to the thing beforehand, the protest beforehand?
Nah, God, no.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No. I don't really get it. You know, everyone moaned about leaving. Now they're moaning. Everyone's moaning about things, but the players ain't up to it. The players feels like they've down tools a little bit, and the manager's going to get the flag for it. The manager's clearly not up to it either, but the players have got just as much to take the blame now.
Yep.
It was rough.
How many more of these managers have you got to go through before we stop looking at the manager and the players and we look at the structure of the club and how things are run?
Mate, everything's got to change. I think we all know it's got to change. It's changed in kind of name only. Still the main owners. Levy wasn't the owner. He was doing what he was told, and he was the face of it, and he took all the flack for it. And everyone was happy when he went. Still the same people with still the money of him making the decisions. So weirdly, I must be one of the only people that actually feel sorry for Levy a bit. You know, I think he got an absolute hammering all the time. And I don't think it was all his decisions. But across the board, it's a struggle. You know, the players are down until the manager don't really. Yeah, whoever said that is supposed. Yeah, Frank, I struggled with it. Even his subs. I'm not a massive fan of our front three. Our front three was basically championship level against West Ham, and the best player there was Tell. I'm not a massive fan of Tell, but he was the one player where something could happen, and he subbed him off.
Okay.
Odebert, I don't think put a cross in the whole game. Didn't have a shot, didn't put a cross in, kept him on. Mwane never really got into it, kept him on. And you took the one geezer off who actually may have had something about him, may have done something. You know, at that point, he's getting booed with everything he does, but the subs are booed, half time's booed, full time's booed, subs are booed. I don't know how much you could see on the TV or if either of you gents watched it, but Romero, right at the end when we had a throw on and Bergvall comes on, Romero's having a bit of a bat with Thomas Frank, and he's either telling him to bring Danso on or saying not to bring him on yet.
Okay.
So you could see it going on. He brought Bergvall on to take the long throw, and then Romero's pulled up sub. So Romero's struggling up, so we can't know if he's saying to make the sub or if he was saying to
Oh, I think you've gone back to that dial-up that you had a couple of weeks ago, Stu, to be honest, mate.
I thought that was just dramatic pause.
I thought it was a couple of times. And then that one was a little bit too long. Don't need that much drama. You back with us, Stu?
No, I reckon it's just
right. Stocky, until we've got Stewie back fully, what were your thoughts on this? I know you wasn't too optimistic going into it.
No, it's funny. I think this is the only game in the Premier League where both sets of supports a large number of both teams probably think they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because we've been dreadful. We've been absolutely dreadful. So, and I'm like, well, like I haven't seen too many indications of it improving. And a load of Tottenham supporters I know said, yeah, but we're really bad too. And I went, yeah, I don't think you're going to be this bad. But, so it proved. And it's funny, for the most part, our fan bases don't always get on. But we're kind of in similar boats at the minute. Like,
100%.
Players letting themselves down. We're not really particularly enthralled with how our clubs run. I think it's all about a pound note more than it is sporting success.
Yeah.
And we both have to suffer Arsenal at the top. I mean, it's just dreadful for both of us. And do you know what? We got a win. And for me, it's funny because I've had all my life telling me I'm wet spam, pikeys, all of that. You're going down, cup final. So for me, it's really funny because I think they care about it more than I do. So it's just funny, but it doesn't mean we're any good. I'm under no false illusions. This could just be like a speck of joy in a rather dismal season. Hopefully it won't, but I'm not too optimistic. I mean, I haven't seen Somerville get many shots on target this season. So, for instance, I've always complained about his final product, and he was shown inside ridiculously. Like, Shuey's played centre half and fullback. They've literally ushered him in to his favourite spot to shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that? Is that poor decisions on the pitch or poor planning before the game? I don't get it, because anyone should say, well, you show him line. But they just ushered him in the whole way. I've heard a lot of people slag off Porro recently and that kind of...
Yeah, but Porro, Somerville's a good matchup for Somerville, isn't it, really? Like, Porro's not known for his defensive ability. Somerville's quick. He's a bit of a jinky winger. So once he gets half a yard and he's in the box, it's going to be hard for Porro to sort of anything. Once he's in the box, you can't really make a tackle unless you're 100% sure either.
I don't know. I think, like, you more or less to a degree, you know what Somerville's got to do. You just got to force him out and just hope by the time you've forced him around you, support's caught up and then you're 2-on-1. But yeah, just things like that. And Vicario claiming a free kick at the end is just like, I thought that summed it all up. Like, do you know what? You fucked up again. Take it like a man. Don't run up to the referee saying your arms were pulled down. Like, come on, mate. Yeah. Like, delighted with the win, but like under no false illusions, Tottenham didn't look great. And apparently first half we were just like running it, which is weird because I see why Tottenham supporters are so angry because we haven't done that to anyone all season. Really?
Fair enough. So do you reckon it was partially the surprise cars of everybody believing Callum Wilson had been released, that he came on and scored the winner? Because what the hell was going on there? There was loads of reports on it. Sort of a couple of weeks ago that Mutual could said Callum Wilson's gone. Newcastle fans talking about potentially re-signing him because we can't score for Toffee at the minute. And lo and behold, he comes off the bench and scores a winner. Yeah,
well, now today, the board have decided that he's going to stay till the end of the season. So I don't know whether there was a discrepancy between what Nuno wanted to use him as in the squad and what Wilson wanted.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, higher up the club have intervened and says, look, we've got to keep hold of him. So I don't know if the manager and Wilson have said, all right, we'll get through to the end of the season, then we'll part ways. But yeah. And then today apparently we've got a medical tomorrow for some Venezuelan winger that no one's ever heard of.
Okay. Well, that could go one or two ways, mate. That could be either a dream signing or an absolute dumpster fire. So
I don't know. I find that quite exciting, actually.
Sometimes the random ones are good. A name just comes in and you're like, I know nothing about this guy. Let's see how the ride goes.
Yeah.
Some mad South American just doing mad stuff the whole time.
Isn't it? Like I say, an exciting weekend for once.
Yeah, well, exciting weekend for you, not for most of the rest of us, to be fair.
Well, it weren't exciting for anyone to watch Super Sunday, but I'm sure we'll get on to Newcastle.
There's nothing super about Sundays. Right, I did want to talk a little bit more on Thomas Frank, because obviously he's only been in there since the summer. There was high hopes from a few Tottenham fans I spoke to before the season started. He did okay at Brentford. Are we starting to think that Brentford's a bit of his level, or is it he's got a squad that doesn't match how he wants to play and either needs more time or just isn't up for the job?
Go on, Shu.
Not sure how delayed Shu he is here, to be honest.
Well, I don't know. I think it's too weird. I've always been...
Sorry, mate. It keeps freezing up me. Sorry. A bit of both. I think he ain't got the right players for what he wants. Guys,
yeah, Chewy's connection is crazy at the minute.
Yeah. I'm more or less in line with Shuey. Yeah, I don't think he's got the players he wants, but surely as a manager, you've got to adapt and adjust. You can't just say, "Oh, this is my style of play. Everyone's got to suit it." I mean, there's some good players there still, but he's not getting anything out of them, is he? Do you reckon for you, is it 6 of one, half a dozen the other? Like both sides can do better. The management can help the players better, and the players can certainly play better.
I sort of always base these things on looking at the improvement in players across the board. And I don't watch Tottenham loads, but between the times I've watched them last season and this season, even under Andrew when they were comically bad at times, I would say I still can't see any one player that's really massively improved under Frank. I'd say the only one who potentially you could say is Archie Gray, but I would argue that's more of an age and development thing than Frank's come in and actually told him something that's improved his game.
Well, Gray's playing in midfield a bit more now from what I've seen, which is going to help him because he was getting like shoved in at centre half, weren't he? He
was filling in. He's kind of doing what Lewis Miley's doing for us at the minute. He's filling in wherever the gap is rather than playing his natural position, which is never an easy task for a young player. But he just looks physically stronger and quicker and a little bit more assured of himself when I've seen him play this season, which it could be a Frank thing, but it just looks like a thing that comes with age more than anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It would have been helpful if Shu is here for this, but I don't know what Tottenham's goal scoring exploits are. I mean, we had a giggle about the Richarlison thing. Like, he's got a few goals, but he only seems to do it when they're already like a couple of goals down. Sometimes when you've got a goal scorer, it can mask a whole multitude of sins. But I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure who their top scorer is. I know Tell's got a couple. Richarlison will have about 6, 7, 8, surely, because he had a purple patch. I mean, if you're still leaking goals, it's really hard.
Yeah, it's tough. If you're leaking goals, it's always tough.
And from everyone, from the Tottenham supporters I've spoke to, it's just not a good watch, and it's a slog.
Yeah, it looks like Richarlison's got 7.
Okay,
I'm guessing that's across the board. It says he's played 21 games. So yeah, 7 in 21, which must be all comps.
Yeah, And then as I think the week Solanke comes back, Richarlison gets injured again. It's like, it's hard. It's hard. And when for a long time you've had the quality goal scorer in Kane, you've had Son as well.
Yeah. Like one point I kind of want to say is why I feel do feel a little bit sorry for him, sort of so to speak, because if you look at last season's front four, like the first choice front four, which you could throw in Maddison, Solanke, Son, Kulusevski probably would be part of that. He hasn't had any of them. So he's come in and he's come into something completely fresh up front. And apart from probably Bournemouth with their defence this season, how often do you see that much of a unit of a team taken apart, whether it's through transfers or injuries, and still really function well? So I feel sorry for him in that degree. But from what I hear from Tottenham fans, he still needs to be doing a little bit more. The home form doesn't help. Sometimes if you're winning games at home and the away form is a little bit shaky, it sort of gets swept under the carpet a bit because you go into your home ground and 70, 80,000 of your fans see you win every week, and you go away and there's only 5,000, 6,000 of them there who see that. So maybe that aspect falls into it. Shiri, you're back in.
Hello, mate. Yeah,
hoping you're in line with us now.
Off of Windows XP, I've gone straight to the phone because it was dying on me. Yeah, no, I do agree with you to an extent. We didn't really reinforce our strike force as we should have. Relying on Richarlison for another season, I think up until he got injured, then that was the longest run of games he's had with us. Without pulling up. It's ridiculous, and the fact that he pulls up the same week Solanke's back. But just how much of a mess it is, like we took Solanke out of the Champions League squad because no one knew what was happening, and now Richarlison's pulled up and Solanke's back, and now you haven't got either of them. Yeah.
No way.
So Tell was dropped from it, and Solanke was in. Solanke got that injury. No one knew what was happening. So when they could change it, they brought Tell in and Solanke was left out. That's why it was such an uproar. What's happening? There was no clue of when he's coming back. Now, all of a sudden, he's come back. Richarlison's pulled up. So that's another wasted one in the Champions League. And that was a little bit about the weekend's game. Why not start Solanke? Seems that he can't play Tuesday. Why not let him have a run and see how he gets on rather than bringing the geezer on? It is such a mess. I don't know if you've seen it, and Mitch, you can probably find it quicker than I can. I think for tomorrow's game, Tottenham have got 15 players out.
15?
They're not in the squad. 15, 1-5.
No way.
Look it up. I saw it today because you got like Solanke, who isn't in the squad now, who is fit. Richarlison's injured. Van der Ven's banned. Davis is obviously out after that injury. He broke his ankle.
Oh, no, did he?
Richarlison
I read it today. He's gone into surgery.
Richarlison hamstring strain. Rodrigo Bentancur the same. Pape Sarr, African Cup of Nations. Ben Davis ankle. Kulusevski knee. Maddison cruciate ligament. Archie Gray knee. Paulinho knock. Mohamed Kudus knock. Mickey van der Ven disciplinary points. And then you can also add Solanke to that, not registered in the squad. Like that, he wasn't on the list, but obviously she just said he's not registered, so clearly he can't play. So that is quite the list. You could piece together a decent-ish chunk of your starting 11 from them players that you've just named. I know people give numbers for suspensions and injuries, and you look at some of the players and go, "Oh, come on, you can't claim that. He's never going to play." Like you could legitimately put together a decent-ish looking core of an 11 from what you've just named there.
No, that's what I mean. Like it's all fun and games, and we joke about it, and everyone must. Oh, we've got players injured. Everyone does, but like I said, between the injuries, between the disciplinary as well, Van der Ven picking up 3 yellows in 4 or 5 games or whatever it was already, so he's out, and then the mismanagement of players, the mystery around Solanke seeing being dropped out, and now he's available and he now can't play. Like I said, from top to bottom, it's just a real mess. It's a real mess. It's got to the point where it's like your parents. I'm not even angry now. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, apathetic.
Like I just can't even get fuming about it.
Yeah. So who have you got after? Oh, so you're away in Germany after. So you brought Dortmund home, away to Eintracht Frankfurt for your last 2 games, yeah?
Yep.
What you need to win both?
No, they're 4 points clear of 24th. So
Nah, we should still make it if we pick up any result. It'd have to be a hell of a swing, even if we lost both. It'd be a hell of a swing to not make the playoffs.
well, if you look at it, Eintracht Frankfurt, even if they won both, wouldn't be above you on points. So, like,
Exactly.
I think you're in a very, very decent position.
In a decent position to get 2 more games you don't have to play us for. Fucking bonza.
Yeah. Unless you pull it out the bag and get 2 wins. 2 wins will probably get you top 8.
I was going to pretend it had paused and I dropped out again because I've got no words for that. I've got nothing, mate. I'll be honest. Yeah, sure. Maybe.
Yeah, well, stranger things have happened, I suppose. Stranger things have happened. So how are you feeling about tomorrow's game? At home, is it home to Dortmund or it's home to Dortmund, isn't it?
It's home to Dortmund, yeah. Genuinely, and I feel really bad saying it, I'm at the point where I couldn't care less about the Champions League.
Oh, I thought you just meant about Tottenham in general.
More back Champions League. With Tottenham I am, but Champions League's never been one where I'm kind of super excited about it. I don't feel like we're going to go on and win it. Being in Europa League was one of the best things for us. We could actually go on and win it, and we did. You know, even when we went out of the conference, I know we went out because we had COVID and forfeited the game, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to see the team win and play in competitions where they can win. I like playing against the best teams in the world, great. But, you know, it's like being in the Champions League at that stage, like the fat kid in PE, you're just there making up numbers. I have no interest in it. I really don't. But I do. I just want to see us enjoying football and playing decent football. So, if anything, the Champions League feels like a distraction. Like, I'm genuinely concerned of how far we're going to drop. We was bad enough at the end of last year, and it's carried on. You say that, mate, but the game against WtOS was the first half was awful, and we seem to be doing that Villa in the FA Cup. Awful.
Oh yeah.
It was the same as that.
You say about how far you're going to drop. Surely you're not looking far enough down that it's a relegation battle type of stuff.
I'm looking more down than I am up. There's no part of me thinks, you know what, top 8, yeah, we could still do it. And I feel sorry for Frank in a weird way. I don't think he was prepared for it. I don't think he's been set up right for it. I think it's been wrong across the board. But I was saying it to you the other week that with him, you already lost the home fans, which was clear at West Ham and at Villa. He's lost the away fans, which it takes a hell of a doing to lose the away fans.
Yeah.
And then what manager have you ever seen in this predicament who has pulled it out of the bag? Ever. For anyone. Especially not us. We're awful for managers, but what manager has ever pulled it back from a point like this?
Yeah,
it just don't happen. I just don't see how he comes away with this. Like, I get him being positive, and it's like, oh no, when the results change, the fans will change. It's a big ask, and the fans will get behind the team. They still are, but it's got to the point. It's quite toxic. As soon as someone misplaces a pass, the team is getting hammered.
Yeah.
You know, Porro was awful that first half. And like I said, that Somerville one, what fullback shows a geezer on the inside? And you said it, Mitch, once you get in the inside, you can't touch him. Then why let him on the bloody inside? Yeah. So what? So don't let him in there. Like, it's just that kind of the basics of things. You know, there's so many misplaced passes, and as soon as the crowd's gone, that's it. It's so hard to recover. And they did start coming back. The crowd was quite good once it went 1-1, but we just had that shakiness about us. You know, you don't ever feel sure about anything with us now. And it's just, I've got no words for him. I really ain't. Like, normally I can be slightly upbeat about Tottenham, but I am fully deflated. Like, there's just no real, I can't see a positive spin on any of it. You know, players coming out, having the arguing with the coach. You've had Van der Ven and Spence like ignoring him, and every interview, no one talks about Frank. Not one person talks about Frank. Romero's one after the game talks about the fans and the team. No mention of Frank.
Wow.
It's just, it seems that it's just I know everyone said it, but it's just inevitable now. He's going to go. It's just when he does.
Yeah. Do you reckon it is time for him to go, though? That's it. It just has to be someone else. He's lost the dressing room. He's lost respect. He's just never going to be able to turn it around from this point. By the way,
I kind of think it is now.
That Bournemouth penalty is an absolute shambles.
I told you.
Really?
Absolute shambles.
Well, we'll have more on VAR later on. It's bad across all continents.
It's terrible. And Samir, normally one of the regular hours in and out, I just want to say Spurs and Stocks. I hope West Ham stay up.
All right, Samir. Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, happy birthday, mate. Happy 40th.
Yeah, and Brian saying he can't trust Frank to get back-to-back wins. So, yeah, if you're going to start pulling away from places lower in the table, back-to-back wins is the only way to do it. You can't be winning one game, losing one, drawing one, losing one, because, yeah, you end up in a terrible, terrible spot. So,
I don't even think we're that consistent, mate. That's the concern.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's go on to the next game. Before we move on, again, the guys that are joining us from Spurs Kings TV, thank you very much. Marlon and Ash have allowed us to dual stream for the evening to help us try and grow a little bit and push our name out there a little bit more. So much appreciated. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff if you're just joining us for the first time. Right, next game. Who should we talk about? Let's go here. First game of the weekend, really. Manchester derby. Carrick's first game in charge. Wow. So, yeah, it's a tough one for me because I look at it, I was like, Man United played very well. Best I've seen Man United play in God knows how long. Worst I've seen Man City play in God knows how long. And as much as I haven't said it when I've been on other streams, the fact is Man United should have been down to 10 men at 0-0.
Absolutely.
It was, for me, riveting game to watch. Man United had high energy, bullied them off the pitch. So, yeah, what were your two thoughts on it?
I really enjoyed it. We were saying we had a great show before this, didn't we? We had the pre-game with Ash.
Yeah, pre-game. We had Ash Matic on for the pre-game, which was quality stuff. Always good to have Ash on for his insight.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. All three of us got the tactics pad out and we was moving bits and bobs around. It was good. And although I thought on that we were positive about Man United, we were really positive. I didn't expect they would bring that level to the game. They were really at the races. I don't know whether that's just confidence from Carrick or Ding Dong the Witch is gone with Amarin, but they were just unrecognisable. And like you, that they come out with so much credit, but for me there is an asterisk. That is such a red card. It's a totally different game. And
yeah, totally agree.
I saw a video with Neville guy earlier on where he's like, "Oh yeah, there was no false. If you look at the legs and all of that, I went, that's ridiculous. You like anything you do on a pitch has false." I mean,
it's so high.
On the kneecap. Yeah, exactly.
It's so high, regardless of false. It's so high.
Well,
yeah.
We used to run a show on Spurs Kings at about this time on a Monday evening previous with Chris, who's an ex-referee, used to do referees training. And he always used to say in situations like this, it doesn't matter how your foot has got there. If you contact someone above the ankle with your studs, it should really be a red card. Yeah. And this is one of them situations that he catches him above his sock, not above his ankle. Above his sock. It's not a Grealish sock. It's more like an Henry sock. Like he's caught him at knee high and not got sent off. For me, it's just mental. And to say that there's no force in that, I would say Doku's lucky that he's jinking rather than running, and his foot's not planted straight, because that could have very easily been a big injury for me. And I cannot see how on earth anybody can say that that is not clearly a straight red card. Like clear as day.
Yeah. Mental. I mean, a ref, I can understand a ref missing it, let's say, in a split second because it was quick and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then for VAR to look at it and then go, no, nothing to see here. That's what gets me. That Well, now we're agreed on that, we can go on to the good stuff. City will pause, so I suppose we're going to have to talk about Man United more. Obviously, Mitch, you, Ash, myself, we were speaking about how they'd line up and whatnot. And I said, I think they're going to have Mbeumo there because just good run in, Fernandes further forward, find the pass, and you trust Mbeumo's finishing. And that was a lovely goal, that first one.
Yeah, entirely.
It was your typical break. Absolute perfection. Bruno Fernandes did the thing that I just like. I love to see it. You use the run and you shape for the run and you shape for the run and you shape for the run and then it goes the other way. Like so many players just telegraph where they're going, but he knew exactly. He was like, I'm going on Mbeumo, but I'm just going to face it. I'm going to wait and then just cut it back. And it was perfectly weighted, didn't overhit it. But all Mbeumo had to do is find the corner.
Henri was saying something on the Monday Night Football. He done a little bit about it, about Fernandes' body movement and watching the defender.
Yeah.
And Fernandes' little shuffle just got the extra 2 yards. And it was a nice little bit. And you've said exactly the same thing there. It was really, really good stuff. Who got their second goal again?
Dorgu. Came across the box.
Yeah.
Came across him and then back into the opposite corner.
Again, we mentioned, like, for the first time, like, some people were like, oh, no Zesco, no Cunha. But it was like, well, that means they're going to come on at some point. And Cunha looked lively when he did. Mason Mount nearly got a third, but it was ruled out for offside. It was really a hammering.
Could have been 6. Could have easily been 6.
Donnarumma ran a good game. He was probably Man City's best player.
Yeah, 100%. Well, he definitely came away as Man City's man of the match. I don't think there's any argument about that whatsoever.
Haaland dragged, Foden dragged.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly. Did you know? Oh, I suppose you was on the way to...
I was reading it when I'm there because I had nothing else to do. The two things. Was Man United playing 4-4-2?
Yeah.
It was more of a 4-2-3-1 than a 4-4-2, to be honest.
Still, hats off
But
to that.
the
That's a
two wide players
4-5-1.
did really well getting up because you had Dorgu on the left, so he's more of a wing backish. So it was all quite lopsided, but it just worked.
Yeah, I don't want to sound old-fashioned, Mitch, but a 4-2-3-1 is a 4-5-1, isn't it?
No, it depends how you line it up.
You got defence, midfield, and forwards. There isn't 4 stages in here. You was brought up better than that. I'm sorry.
No, because you have to.
That's a 4-5-1.
Even if you put the 2 wingers into the 4 in midfield, Bruno Fernandes just played in the middle. Like he played in a space that isn't really a striker and isn't really a midfielder. So you have to sort of add another gap in there.
That's a lazy.
Or you've just got to
midfielder.
call it something random when they used to call it the Christmas tree, just because there was just like 6 of them.
Yeah.
So you just name it something else.
I will say though, on that goal, I watched the Mbeumo goal, and actually his touch when he plays it out, I was actually thinking it, watching like the Tottenham West Ham game, it was quite negative. In his first touch, he goes to go right and pushes it into the space in the left, and he ends up going to another player. But his first thought was to go forward.
Yeah.
And that's what opens that up. And then from there, it opens up. But that first touch out to his left opens that whole game up. It's such a lovely touch. And it's the fact that he gets on the end of it at the end is perfect. But yeah, it's just a lovely goal from start to finish.
It really is. It really is. So does anybody feel this might be a turning point for Man United? A little bit of momentum, a little push, 1 game a week, 40-game season. Could they push on to top 4, top 5, top 6? What do people think for Man United here to the end of the season?
I think they make Europe. I do, with the shorter season and the just kind of the stability of Carrick.
Can we just clarify? It's not just a shorter season. It is the shortest season a Premier League team could feasibly have.
Exactly. It's perfect for him. And a manager for someone that, when you think a lot of these teams, they take a manager will take a team on and they've got to juggle so many competitions.
Yeah.
He has one job. He's got one job. Just do well in the league. Yeah, I don't think as a caretaker you could ask for any more as an interim.
Okay. Stocky, what are you thinking?
I think he can catch lightning in a bottle myself. I think there's enough good attacking players there. They just need to keep their structure at the back because you don't want to be at that point where you've got to score 2 or 3 every week. I like their forward players, but you can't rely on that in this league.
No.
And they looked a lot. Man City weren't no great shakes, but I don't know what the change in personnel helped.
Yeah,
because they just had a big lump with Maguire. Sometimes that's all you need at the back. You just need to go lump with Ireland, and let everyone else do it around you. I thought the 2 in front of them played pretty well. Mainu and Casemiro. Carrick done little tweaks here and there. I mean, I think if they can keep the goals out, I think they'll do very well because they've got some good attackers and they've got some variety. And for the first time, you look at their bench and go, yeah, they can change it up.
Yeah.
If it's not working, they can change up. And they didn't even play Man, who I think is one of their better players this season.
fair enough.
So, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
They'll do well in the conference.
At the minute, I look at this game as a bit of a perfect storm for Man United. Like, it was home in a derby, Carrick's first game, get the vibes going, get the crowd behind you. City, who I think all teams who have gone deep into the tournament so far looked leggy, didn't really look at it. And Man United just caught them at the right time and absolutely took them to pieces, in fair to them, and you can only beat what's in front of you, so there's no taking away from them. I'm more interested in what happens when Fulham come to town in a couple of weeks, because again, Arsenal away, easy to get up for. Fulham at Old Trafford, not so easy. West Ham at Upton Park, Olympic Stadium, whatever the hell it's called these days.
It's called the Doom Bowl of Despair.
Everton away. These are the type of games I'll be looking at because that's where you earn your money. There's no natural up for the players. There's no, like, you've actually got to coach your way through a game rather than relying on the fact, look, guys, it's a derby. Let's go out there and give everything we possibly can. So I think there'll be some tougher times for them, and we'll see where it goes. But one game a week will massively play into their hands because, like I just said, I think pretty much across the board, every team that's either in Europe who has gone deep in one of the competitions looked tired this weekend. A little bit more on this game just before we go. Pep, is he losing his touch? Is he sort of on the ropes? Because I've been seeing more and more disgruntled Man City fans, and like they gave Arsenal the opportunity to go 9 points clear. Arsenal didn't take it, but they just don't seem to be the same side. And we're just, like I've been saying, it'll click. And I'm kind of starting to think, will it though?
I watch a lot of NFL, and there used to be this phrase, you either change the players or you change the message. They've tried changing all the players because they've bought a lot. And genuinely, I think they've bought well.
Yeah.
Maybe the message is tired. Maybe the style of football he wants to play ain't gonna work anymore. Maybe we're going back round full circle and things are gonna get quicker, more direct, more powerful sort of thing.
Yeah.
None of this worrying about all these triggers and all of that stuff. People are just gonna go, direct ball to a forward man. Let's get going quick instead of ball retention. And remember when towards just after Ferguson, Man United lost their aura, and people used to say, "We can get a result out of this." It feels like that.
They still haven't got it back. So
no, well, I don't think they will for a long time. Man City have lost theirs a bit, although you would say their defence at the weekend was. You'd probably say none of it. Yeah, none of it first choice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if you look at the team, I think it was the team. Was it the team that finished the game? They had Kuzanov, Allen, Nico O'Reilly, and the other young lad, Rico Lewis. That's very inexperienced.
Hardly first choice, is it? Yeah,
very inexperienced. So, do we feel Mark Gahey might make a bit of a difference? What's happening at the back at City? Because for me, I wouldn't say he's like world class. He's not like an exceptional defender, like out of this world, completely rejuvenates the side. But he's clearly a leader. Like you can see for England, as soon as he came in, he was talking, pointing, making sure everybody where they were. Does exactly the same thing for Crystal Palace. So did the same thing for Crystal Palace. I think that's going to benefit them more than the talent he brings to the team.
As long as he don't play like he did against Macclesfield, he'll be all right.
If only one in, so he didn't get injured. Go on, Shoes.
No, I like him. I like I said, I am old fashioned, but I think it's just an old fashioned centre half coming in. Someone who talks is going to make such a difference. Like you said, that you name that back four, that don't even combine up to 100, does it? Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, having someone in there who's a natural captain, he's captain Palace for how long now, plays for England, that would be a buzz, even for them young players, to have someone alongside them. And knowing that the players they've got coming back, that would be huge for them. So, I'd like to think, and I'm hoping that it does change for them, because I can't deal with Arsenal. I can't. I don't want to be that guy to bring it back up, but I can't deal with them.
Yeah, well, you don't want them to win the league. So does anyone think Arsenal still mess it up from this point?
I live in hope, but I'm not holding my breath.
I'm finding it very weird because they keep having chances to properly put the nail in the coffin, and they're not taking them.
Yeah,
all they're doing is ramping up the pressure on themselves.
Yeah,
and it tells. It can really tell. I'm like Shuey. I don't want it to happen. I mean, I don't even live in London anymore, and I'm still dreading it.
To be fair, where you live is probably like it just feels like the type of place that would have lots of Arsenal fans. To be honest with you.
Do you know what? I think there's lots of Chelsea and Tottenham.
Really?
Yeah, that kind of explains the area I live in. Horrible.
Confused.
Well, the local club's awful. So, what was I going to say? Nah, totally gone. I've lost it with the Tottenham and Chelsea supporters. Oh yeah. They could have put a nail in the coffin a couple of times already, where City have slipped up and they've not done it.
Yeah,
and you see, apparently, like I don't know if it's press just trying to rattle them or whatnot, but old Declan Rice got caught on the old lip cam at the weekend, didn't he? Going, fucking same shit, always a fucking same.
Yeah.
He had a
did he really?
Yeah, straight after the final whistle.
Yeah,
none of the hand over the moustache, just clear as day.
He had a Barney with the old set piece coach or something the other day.
Wow.
So there's pressure because let's face it, they probably. I know they've not been a thrilling watch at times, but they've probably been the best overall side in the league. And the amount of times Man City have slipped off, if you don't capitalise on it, the strain's going to tell.
I think the pressure's all on them now, though, isn't it? And that's what every year it's been like this. It's going to be on them, and it's worse now because they're still there.
Yeah, well, I've been saying for a few months, the only side that can beat Arsenal is themselves, and that's what makes it so tantalising for us non-Arsenal supporters.
Oh, yeah.
See, results like this, like after the Man City game, I kind of did think that it was Arsenal's because I fully expected Arsenal to go and beat Nottingham Forest. And they didn't. And I've been saying since, that's why I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league. Like any other team that are champions-elect, go and batter Nottingham Forest. Game's done after 20 minutes. Like in that same situation, right, we can go 9 clear, let's hammer the nail into the coffin. Any other champions-elect, go and hammer the nail into the coffin. Like if say that was Ferguson and he'd set up all week to be slightly more defensive against Nottingham Forest for any reason in that game, he rips that up. He rips up the plan and goes, let's batter these today. You've seen what they've done over there. Let's kill this title now.
Mourinho's Chelsea would have done the same.
100%.
Can you imagine?
Take the handbrake off. That's what it would have been. They would have turned up, handbrake off, steamroller them. Forget about anything else. These are not better than us. Let's go and beat them early. So everybody knows that we are the champions elect. Now we've got to the end of the weekend and it's like, it's still only 7 points. It's not that far now. Like a 1-game win swing by the time City Arsenal comes around in April, and you're looking at City beating Arsenal to go within 1 point of them with about 5 games left. I know who I'm banking at that point.
Yeah, but it's funny at the same time. You think, how many more points are Man City going to keep dropping? Do you reckon like either side's just going to limp to it?
Yeah.
I actually think it'll be a
it's gonna
case
be
of
back and
they'll
forth.
link to a point, and then someone sort of takes it away from the other one. I don't think they limp over the line. I think it's sort of, we'll see this similar pattern of both teams dropping points, and then all of a sudden someone will just go bang and win like 5 in a row, and that's
That'd kill it.
Yeah.
If anyone gets 5 together in a row at any point now, it's done.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see either of them going 5 wins on the bounce. And that's not me being a sour Spurs fan. I've said to you guys, I think Arsenal have been the best team. I said it when I first come on with you guys, but I just don't see anyone just going 5 on the bounce. I can't see it.
For all these players, though, they're just very goal shy. They feel goal shy when you watch them. To me,
yeah, it's weird because Arsenal have really lent into being that ugly football, good on set pieces, and they've lent into it, and that's their identity. And fair play to them, they've done well, and that's why I'm quite surprised that it's just kind of that Forest game just fallen off a little bit. And you know what? And I'm not an Arsenal fan, clearly, and not a Declan Rice fan for several reasons, but I'd want to see the geezer getting the ump and saying things like, because that's what the fans are saying. And he's meant to be a leader in there, so too right.
No. Instead, they've got Erdegaard flicking his hair as skipper.
Well, it's like, mate, how is that geezer not a skipper? Even though I can't stand him and he's Wrigley the Orbit teeth, but that Gabriel, he is phenomenally good.
What did you just call him? Wriggly Orbit teeth?
The old Orbit, yeah, like the old chewing gums, the big white ones. Yeah. Like, you'd have him as a leader because he just knows how to rattle people and get people up for it. I don't like this. And again, it's moaning about modern football, but it's, we're going to give it to the most technical footballer, Bruno Fernandes, Odegaard.
Yeah.
Right, you know. They're not
Bruno
the ones
Fernandes
you need to kind of...
is a little bit captain-esque, to be fair. He's a rat, but he's got captain qualities.
Yep, some, but not all. I'm sorry.
Look at the rest of the Man United team. Who would you give the captaincy to there?
Maguire.
He doesn't barely play. Your captain's got to be.
You say that, but he always comes back this week.
I bet he plays more now with Carrick.
Exactly. He does this. He dips out and then he comes back in and then he hangs around. You know, the geezer's like a fart in the lift. You'll never get rid of him. He's always around United and he still bags goals. Like someone like that should be more respected for him. And it's the same thing with Arsenal. You've got players like Rice, Gabriel. They're the kind of players you should be hanging your hat on.
Rice, for me, Rice is the captain, 100%.
Exactly.
100%. For me, Gabriel's not either. He's too much in the mould of Arteta. He's too much of a bitch for me. Your captain, like, you don't need that. You don't need that filtering down into the players. This is one of the main reasons, again, I don't think Arsenal win the league, because Arteta's too petulant. He's too much of a petulant little child, and that filters into the team. Everything filters down from the top. If you're led by like a Rice, who's just like a strong, dominant midfielder, gives you an 8, 9 out of 10 every week, isn't going to roll around doing silly things or bitch and complain about stupid little things. Heart on the sleeve type of guy. You'd like the type of person you'd follow into battle type of thing. Gabriel's not that guy. He's a big, strong lad, but he's a bitch at the end of the day. It's not.
For a centre back, he isn't rolling around, but he's an arsehole.
Bit of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, I don't agree. He should be captain for Tottenham, but yeah.
Exactly. Side note, I think from like his 3rd season at West Ham when he starting regular, I was like, Rice for captain England. He's quite good.
Yeah.
And speaking of Arteta being petulant, how did you two see the penalty thing? Because obviously,
Aina.
Yeah.
I see it from. I'm surprised it wasn't given.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. A little bit surprised it wasn't given. But I see why it wasn't given. Because his arm moves towards the ball, yet they say it was a natural motion, yet is there any definitive proof the ball was even still on the pitch? Nope.
Yeah.
The ref hasn't given it, so why is VAR getting involved if they think the ball might not be on the pitch at the time it hits his arm?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all a bit weird. And like, I found like his body was shaped like you would when you chest the ball. You get your arms up to shape your chest, don't you? And he's got his own teammate on his back.
Yeah.
Did it actually touch? Because I only watched it a couple of times because I wasn't that interested at that point watching match.
Yeah, it kind of like scoops his arm round, but where he's got, I think he had like an Under Armour on, so I don't think you can tell kind of where it hit him. There was too many questions around it for VAR to go, yes, definitively handball.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's the only reason.
I'll be honest, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But hey, more Arsenal tears. We're all here for it.
Yes. Yes, it's even
funnier
because Samir's not here to defend it. Happy birthday, mate.
Okay, so did either of you suffer through this?
Yes.
They call it Super Sunday. Nothing super about it. I actually want to hear your thoughts on this, Docs, because it's
so flat. Like Wolves are there to get a point any way they can, or points, I should say. Newcastle just looked knackered. Not much going up front. Like, it was so forgettable. It's hard to pick out points because the game just sort of went by. Like, nothing grabbed me to really keep my attention. It was more what I read afterwards, if you know what I mean. I watched it, but none of it stayed in.
Yeah.
And I read that Gordon shit, which that made me chuckle.
Yeah, Newcastle fans and other fans have been saying that for a while now.
Yeah.
Some of the stats back it up, but others don't.
Yeah. I mean, Alanga came on, didn't do too much.
That's actually one of his more. Actually, I'm going to go with less error-prone appearances because I was going to say better. He wasn't good enough for me to say better. Normally, he comes on and he does something really mad, and you're just like, "What the hell?" He was less of a calamity, let's say.
On a positive note, because I can't just complain about it all. What I did think watching that is Malik Towell is up there with one of the signings of the season. Because I realised how much he played.
Yeah.
How much he's played. And I can't ever say I've watched him and he's been poor.
Oh, yeah. Well, when was he? Wasn't long ago that he was. He had a shocker.
Oh, did he?
Oh, Leeds. He had a shocker against Leeds.
I didn't watch that game.
But outside of that, he has been incredible. And he plays every game. And he has to play every game because at the minute we have no cover. But I hope.
How was Trippier?
Old.
Oh my god, he got.
I saw his free kick, and that's all. I only watched the short highlights. I'll be honest, boys. I read the WhatsApp, and you all slagged off the game, and I went, "Well, I won't bother with the second half."
It wasn't one for any kind of good football. To be fair,
not for the purists, no.
Nah.
The most interesting thing about Trippier's game was he got cut on his forehead, and he looked like Stone Cold at WrestleMania 13 with Wierd. You know, when he's in the sharpshooter and he's bleeding down his face.
Yeah.
That was about the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
It was a proper cut as well.
Yeah.
It was decent.
I was frustrated because 2 reasons. One, I'm going to actually pull up a different image for this, to be fair. One, couldn't have said it any better than Alan Shearer did in one of his tweets. That someone attacked the ball. We put in a few good crosses and no one attacked it. And it's just like, what are we doing? We're here spamming crosses and no one wants to even try and get on the end of them. What is the point? But also the actual fact we were spamming crosses annoyed me because it was just too predictable. Like, try something different. Someone take a shot from 25, 30 yards without them being set. Like, we're making it too easy for these teams to defend. It looked like we was waiting for a mistake. Because they're bottom, we thought, they'll make a mistake if we just keep flinging the ball in the box. Maybe because they gave Arsenal 2 goals not that long ago. They was thinking, they'll at least give us 1. And they never looked like it. We didn't put them under anywhere near enough pressure, nowhere near clinical enough on the few little chances that we did get. Yeah, it's poor, very poor. We should be beating bottom of the league if we want to qualify for the Champions League. But a lot of Newcastle fans are all doom and gloom. Facts of it is, in the last 5 Premier League games, we've picked up a shed load of points. We're still sat in 6th or 7th or whatever it is. We're still 4 points off 5th or something like that. We're still well in it. And I've always been of the mindset that we will play better against the better sides due to them actually attacking us. Teams in the bottom half won't attack us. So we will struggle to break them down. Everybody knows that. So when we play the better sides and they actually try and play a bit of football, as long as we can match them footballing ability in the midfield, which I believe we can with most sides, I think we'll be okay and we'll pick up more points than people expect when you look at our past results this season.
Just to go further, very leggy. That was a tough game midweek.
Yeah.
Man City, and you've Champions League, semi-finals of a League Cup. That's already a lot of games for like halfway through January.
Yeah, it wasn't even the City game that killed us. It would have been Bournemouth FA Cup going to extra times. The emotion behind that, the emotion involved in Leeds, the game before that midweek, 4-3 when we were 3-2 down in the 90th minute. All of this stuff is draining. Not excuses. You have to deal with it. This is where we want to be as Newcastle. We want to be in the big time. We want to be playing the tough games. We want 2 games a week because it means we're in all competitions. So suck it up. Understand that when we can't go hell for leather all season long, playing Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. It's just not physically possible for a team to be able to do that. Even the teams that have got literally 2 starting 11s don't do it. So let's not pretend we can do it as Newcastle, please. I just say that to the Newcastle fans. We need to keep our feet on the ground. We've got a lot of building to go. Let's live on the positives for now, because it's not all doom and gloom.
You're saying on the positives, like just from the outside, I know it's Wolves and they ain't been great, but you're saying you weren't great. You still didn't lose. And you still picked up a point. And I think that gets missed now. That's still 1 point. Yes, it's not free, but you ain't walked away with nothing. Even playing poorly, being leggy, you still come away with a point. I think that's really underestimated at the moment. Like you said, all these games you're still ticking along. There's points all the way through. There's no barren spell in there, which a lot of people seem to be having. So, hats off.
And then the following game on Super Sunday saved the dumb narrative all week from Newcastle fans. There's negative Newcastle fans everywhere at the minute. One of them's probably one of the main Newcastle content creators in True Geordie, who's just banging a negative drum all the time. And they've been banging on about Emery. And I just knew for a fact if they had gone on to win, they would have gone, look, see, Unai Emery. But guess what? He lost at home to Everton. These things happen. Like, let's see how the season pans out. And I've been saying all season long when people have been banging on about Eddie Howe, he's in the middle of his test. His test was, can he manage all these competitions at the same time? Can he take us to the next level? At the minute, no one knows because we're banging the middle of finding out. He's earned the right to find out. That's our first trophy. We were rock bottom when he took over. We're in our second Champions League campaign. We're still in the Carabao Cup semi-final. We're still in the FA Cup. It's coming up to, we're in mid-Jan. Like 4 or 5 years ago, this was never something Newcastle fans would have thought would happen. So let him see if he can break that ceiling we've put on him and take us to the next level. If he fails, he fails. We move on. The club's not going to disapparate if we have one downturn of a season. Let's just see what happens.
Fair play.
Okay, that's my little rant over. We've got a decent amount of time left, so let's get into it. Right, the Afcon final. Where do we even start with this? So, in Morocco, Afcon final, Senegal against Morocco. We can see here that Senegal are champions. But I am going to start. I've got so many pictures for this because this was just, so much madness to talk through this game. I want to start here because I think this is just shameful.
Oh, how rough is that? It's
The
I want to
third
know
choice.
everybody's view on this. We've got a professional goalkeeper getting dragged up by ball boys so they can try and take a towel off him. Like, what on earth? How is this even allowed? How is the official?
But it wasn't just this game.
This was a good idea.
They done it
It
again.
wasn't just this game.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for all the games. Anyone who's been playing against them, there's one video, and you see it's like the security. He's got like a shirt on and the old earpiece, and he goes over and grabs it.
Yeah.
No. In another game, he goes over and grabs the towel and disappears. It sounds like it was. I know it's home field advantage, but that's excessive. They're throwing the ball quicker with a ball boy, and then there's that.
And you want to be a little bit of a dickhead, then I get it. But you can't be grabbing up another team's player.
So
to try to get it.
That's the third choice goalkeeper. They sent him round because this by this point this is the third towel.
Yeah.
There was him, and as Shuey says, there was a geezer in a suit doing it as well. There were like 4 of them chasing. There was a player around there as well.
Yeah.
Just even before the game, Senegal had made a complaint to the federation because they said there was no security going to the final. Like, there's been a few videos, especially on TikTok, of them coming into the airport. Like, there's zero security. They've complained about training facilities. They've complained about hotel facilities. So it was all like a bit of skullduggery, like do anything you can to win before the game. And all of this is before we've got into any major decisions about that was on the field of play.
Yeah.
It's mad.
I'll tell you what though, that's 3 kids there, and I've got some minerals because goalkeepers ain't small. It's true though, isn't it? Like, to just go out and start grabbing a professional footballer and just dragging him around.
Yeah.
Like, you just, look at when it happens in like the Premier League and Hazard gave the ball a kick and the kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone was up in arms, and yet this don't seem to be getting the credit it deserves. Like, this is mental. Also,
if you was one of the other subs, like if you was like a sub centre half, would you not just walk around and go,
yeah,
100%?
Mate, someone should have just taken it and just slid through all of them. Just taken a lot out like bowling pins.
Like Sam Hargreaves in Newcastle.
Newcastle, exactly. Obliques, just straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's stuff like this that just makes stuff, like incite stuff to happen that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's safe to say with the bit about like just getting to the final and all of this, I'm not going to agree with what Senegal did, but there was a hell of a lot of shit going against them. And you, like, as I said, don't agree with it, but you can half kind of see why he's gone, no, I've had this. I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
No, I can't argue with that.
I just find it ridiculous. I really do find it a ridiculous way to go about it. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot's going on about, the end of it was chaos and everything, and it leaves a sour taste in the mouth. To be honest, so does this stuff.
Yeah, it does, 100%. This leaves a more sour taste in my mouth than any of the stuff that happened at the end, because everything else is like in the moment decisions that you can say are wrong that are made for a certain reason. This is a premeditated thing.
Yeah.
Someone has told these kids, like, go and get the towel. This guy's come out to then take the towel, and they've probably sent him back around and gone, just go and get it off him. Like, go and fight him for the towel. Like, someone's told him. It's a premeditated thing. That's just not how you should be going about things.
It's like football in the olden days, like in the 40s and the 30s, where it was just Bandulu rules, just do
anything goes.
And that's so silly, but ain't that during the game and he's literally laying on the pitch?
Yeah,
he is. Like, this
is what I mean. Like, you're saying about
you
it.
see Mendy sort of shuffling about a bit, like the ball actually.
That's what I mean.
His way.
So you say it's premeditated, but even from an official's point of view, you've got the VAR, the fourth official, the linos, the referee, and then that seems to get ignored.
Yeah.
Like, they just kind of, all right, just let it happen. And I think that's what's so weird. And like I said, this has all come to light after. It wasn't really highlighted at the time. After it's been brought up. But how is that not You can figure instance if someone comes on as a streaker, there's a professional footballer being beaten up by kids, and no one's mentioned it. I'm sorry, it's mental. It's one of I loved it, but it's one of the most mental things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like in a football game.
Same. It's not
Well,
good,
until
not good
later
at all.
on.
Yeah, well, yeah, for that few minutes, yeah.
It got bonkers. It gets real bonkers. I'm going to try and do these in order. So I'm going to start here. So,
Fanny.
like, I cannot
Absolute
comprehend how on earth. Like, question number one: why has the referee blown straight away? Like, let it play out and go from there. There's no need for you to blow. Like, at least let the ball go in the net before you actually say foul, because then that gives VAR a chance to have a proper look at what's going on.
Yeah.
As soon as the Senegal coach, I think you mean, took the players off the pitch, the game should have been awarded to Morocco. Don't agree with that whatsoever. After all of the antics throughout the game, took them off the pitch, they came back. So if they went and they were gone and didn't come back, but they came back. So I completely disagree with that. But this moment, corner comes in, is Hakimi defending against Sarr, is it?
I can't remember the centre half's name.
They both have hands on each other, and he just sort of brushes him off. Like, he doesn't push him, doesn't drag him to the floor. He just sort of gives him a little tap, like, get out of the way, heads it, drops to Senegal, they score. By this point, basically, as soon as the Senegal players headed the ball, he's given the free kick. Not sure how he thinks that's a foul, because it's soft as shit.
And the clock as well. The clock's important in this as well, because I think it's like 85, possibly, around that time.
I can't remember what minute it was, to be fair. This is why I'm only just a little bit sure that I've got these in order.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no one's really addressing the fact that Hakimi ain't even looking at the...
Yeah.
He's watching the defender and just blocking his run and just gets out-muscled. That's it.
100%.
Like, it's not even like he's pushed him. They've got hands on each other and he's out-muscled him. That is it. There's no more to it.
It's literally your typical 6 of one, half dozen of the other. And I don't even think it's the contact that's made Hakimi go over. He's slipped because he's not powerful enough to hold off the guy he's trying to hold off. He's trying to block him, and he just he doesn't even get bulldozed. He gets blown over by his arm, a flailing arm. It's not even I can't see how this is a foul. If this is a foul, we're looking at fouls every single corner, anytime the ball goes into the box from a long throw, every single free kick, because the contact is so minimal for me.
Yeah.
Okay. We kind of scooted through them two pretty quickly. The next one was this decision. So, this decision, which, again, people are saying it's a bit of a soft pen. It was given, but there's more contact here than the last one.
Yeah.
And people are still saying it's soft. So that you've got more of a case of this being a foul than the header from the corner we were just looking at. But it's still another one you'd look at and think, boy, that's soft.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I was laughing.
I think it's a pen.
I was like, oh, yeah, that is peak West Ham. In the final, last minute, give away a pen. And he's done stupid stuff like that for West Ham this season as well, Diouf. I don't know. He's trying to get the ball, and Diaz is doing his best to make sure he goes over. But I can see why it was given. I can't argue with it. Not for my taste, but I can kind of understand.
No, I agree. I think it's a penalty. I think it's soft. I think it's harsh. But like I said, it's stupid from the defender. Especially now with VAR, just don't put your hands on people. Same as like Hakimi. That one could have gone the other way. The defender could have gone down and got a penalty for it, really. He's facing the wrong way. Same with that. You put your hands on him, you run that risk of giving away a pen. I think it's more controversial because of what they've given at the other end, and then to do that. I think if that just happened.
Diouf's trying to go and win the header, though. At least he's trying to attack the ball, and he's always looking at the ball.
Yeah, but his hands are all over the shop.
But I'm a big fan of consistency, and I have always said, in these situations, it should be a foul. 1, if the defender's not looking at the ball. 2, if he has to reach to pull the shirt. Or 3, if he's just doing it to stop the other player win a header that he knows he's already lost. He's not doing any of these in this. He's looking to win the header. Brem Diaz is there. They're tussling. And I'll guarantee they're both pulling each other. And Diaz has just thought, right, I'm going to have a go at one here. And played the lottery and he's won.
To be fair, Diaz, if you watch, he backs into him. He feels him coming and he does back into him. And you don't want to say it's clever because it's on the borderlines of diving.
It's
because there is minimal contact. But as a centre half, you can't be stupid enough to be reaching out and grabbing and putting your arms. It gives him a little flick. It's giving someone an opportunity to go down. Yeah, no, these are international footballers. These ain't like two bob footballers. These are international footballers. Have a little bit of common sense. Like Diaz has absolutely played him.
Yeah, Harry Kane levels of clever. As we're also streaming on Spurs Kings, they'll understand what I mean by Harry Kane levels of clever.
I was going to say the old Alan Shearer backing in levels, but you know, I know you'd appreciate that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, Alan Shearer backing in, but he never really used to just flop to the floor like that.
Oh, he did. He used to back in and then fold like a deck of cards. I liked him because he played for England, but he was the worst for backing in and then going down, mate. I'm sorry. I can't let you start on Kane and leave that geezer alone.
Whoa. Let's not compare what you're talking about to what Harry Kane does.
We'll have to save this once we get through this because, yeah, I can't stand Shearer, but he had a crap celebration as well.
Yeah, well, you only saw it when he scored against you, so that's probably why you hated it. That moment,
mate, you can't upset me. We just lost to West Ham. Do you think I give a crap about all that? We'll rock a duck's back in a minute, mate.
I've seen a few of these from David. In an alternate universe, bias is never fact. I have no bias here. In fact, I would probably say that I look more Moroccan than Senegalese. So, if anything, I'd be going on the other side of things. And there was some lovely Moroccan women in the crowd as well. So I'd probably definitely be going on the other side of things. So, yeah, unfortunately, David, that doesn't quite add up. Sorry.
Some lovely Moroccan women in the crowd.
So that penalty moment led to this. There was uproar. Senegal basically just left the pitch. I can't remember how long they left the pitch for. But
11 minutes.
11 minutes they were off the pitch.
I think there was 11 minutes between the penalty being
about 10 minutes, yeah.
Kicking it.
Oh. Well, so Senegal left the pitch, which isn't a good look. Loads of people got booked throughout it. I've had a look through. I'm pretty sure there were 6 or 7 Senegalese bookings in that period of time between the penalty being given and the penalty being taken. What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about the fact that Senegal was just basically up to the left for a period of time?
I don't think I've seen anything like it, even at amateur level.
No.
Like not for a decision. Obviously, like there's like when players have said there's been abuse to them from the crowd. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. You ain't got to do that. But for a decision, I found it mad, and I was laughing, and I wasn't really thinking of like long-term ramifications of it. But I was like, oh my god, I can't. You just can't do it. I know you don't agree with the decisions, but you've got to suck it up. But I did say earlier on, they've had a horrendous time as soon as they got in the final, and Morocco have done all they could. So I can see why he's done it. Don't mean I've got to agree with it. What you would say is Mane telling everyone to come back on, doing a proper captain's job.
Yeah, hats off to him.
And I don't think you can big him up enough, actually. He disagreed with it and he tried to sort it out. Well, he did sort it out in the end.
He certainly did. He certainly did. I don't agree with it just leaving the pitch and all of that is it's a bit childish, to be fair. But if all of the Senegal staff felt hard done by various decisions throughout the game, and that's the way they wanted to go about it, you could call it a bit of gamesmanship. They're like, right, you've been doing all this with towels, you've been doing all this other stuff throughout the tournament. Your guys now going to have to wait a long period of time to take this penalty.
I don't know if there's anything in the rules about going off the pitch like that and what happens. Will something come in the rules now? I don't know. Because I've never seen it happen.
Yeah, neither
I
have
was
I.
like, is there nothing they can do? Can they not be reprimanded for it? I know, like
They will be.
federations throwing stuff at them already.
Yeah,
They'll get
people will
hammered.
be trying to do something, but I don't think there's anything written black and white to say there's any legislation for what actually happens from this point. So,
No.
Well, I think it's safe to say there will be now, won't there?
yeah, 100%. Something could be written in. Some
yeah.
geek somewhere will already be inscribing it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, never seen anything like it. But like I say, Mane weren't having it. I don't know if the gaffer realised, what have I done? I've had a mare here. Or it was just gamesmanship, but whatever. Sane stood out from the pack and was a man about it and proper captain.
Okay.
I don't think it's gamesmanship. I'll be honest. I think that was the last seconds of the game, and I think that's just sheer frustration.
Yeah, but then Morocco have still got a penalty to take.
Yeah, no, and
so
I don't agree with
to
it.
A point of, shall we go back out now? And someone goes, actually, let's just chill. Let's just let's send the couple out. And the rest of us will be there in a minute. But let's just drag this situation out a bit more. Put a little bit more pressure on. See what happens.
Maybe they did. I think the initial reaction is just frustration. Like, and when you hear all these other stories, you know, we've gone over what's happened in the game with the towels and the bullshit in that sense. But all the stuff going on before, the no security, the training facilities, when you feel like the world's against you, it's hard enough. And then that happens, you get a goal disallowed, and then that given against you. Yeah, I'm surprised no one just got smacked in the mouth. Genuinely. But you could, though. You could easily see someone just losing it. And I think, like you said, the manager gone, right, none of this. They're playing this from the beginning. We've got rolled over here. Leave. And then I think, they've gone away. Mane, you can't speak any more highly of the geezer. But for the others, I think they have walked away and gone, you know what? We don't look good walking away here. And maybe it's a bit of mind games. 10 minutes is a long time. Maybe after the first minute or so. Even just standing at the edge of the pitch would have been better. But to fully walk away, I think they've realised and then decided to come back. And Mane's just, you can't. Oh, it's so good for him. It's so good for the whole Brighton tournament. What's happened?
What an equaliser from Brighton.
Oh,
who got it?
Again, I'm behind this week, so I haven't seen it yet. Thanks.
It's good.
Spoiler alert. Anybody whose stream is lagging, Brighton equalise. Sorry to spoil the end of the game. But let's get on to the penny itself. You go from the bonkers to the downright comical, idiotic, whatever words you want to chuck at this that come along lines of stupid and whatnot, you can throw at this because it's ridiculous.
I haven't laughed this much since Saturday afternoon.
Such sportsmanship to play it into the keeper's arms. You credit where it's due.
My God. I would say the last thing you should be doing with a penalty in this situation is a Panenka. The last thing.
I don't think there's ever a right time for a Panenka penalty. You just slam the life out of it.
When you're Pirlo and you've got Joe Hart bouncing around on the goal line, that's pretty much a good, perfect time for a Panenka penalty. As much as it was against England, that was cool as shit. But this is not that time. Like, if you're unsure, you're a little bit nervous, I've always said, spot it. Put your left foot where you're going to plant it. Your standing foot where you want to plant it when you strike the ball. A few steps back. Put your laces through it. Keep knee over, laces through it, keep it on target. Like, you don't do nonsense like this.
My Moroccan national team knowledge isn't the best, but I believe he took it off the usual penalty taker because he was top scorer in the tournament. I think on the series, the penalty taker maybe.
That's what I've read that a few times today. That
it will be now.
Taker as well.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. I literally I screamed, ha, 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 he saved it. I just laughed. I just sent messages for the next 5 minutes because I always complain that footballers now seem to lack in-game intelligence. And that's just the prime example.
That's the epitome of it.
Yeah.
That's the absolute epitome of it. Like, certain players get away with this. You're either a certain level of class or you take a penalty a certain way. Like David's just said this in the chat. Makes sense why people like Kane would get away with it. Because Kane takes the same penalty 95% of the time.
Yeah.
And he does it so well that you've got to go before he strikes the ball. So every now and again, if he does this, goalies are long gone because they know he strikes the ball so well, they have to go so early. They can't wait until he struck it. So players like Kane get away from it. That's just being so good over such a long period of time. Prem Diaz has not got that in his locker. And he's not that level of class to do it like when Zidane did it once in a World Cup semi-final, maybe. I think it was later stages of a World Cup or Euros. Obviously, the Perlo one we spoke about, which was the European Championships. Like, you've got to be a certain class, and he's just not there, man. I don't know what he's thinking. And I saw it, laughed, and thought, oh, he's going to end up like that Colombian brother that scored the own goal, isn't he?
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't want to hear that in the morning because this is the type of thing that will get you that way. And it's just like, nah, mate, just do your job, put the ball in the net.
I know it's sounds silly though. Like, you know, the keepers do their homework on penalty takers. The penalty takers not there do their homework on like keepers. Because Mendy had the same thing against City and he saved one because he goes down late.
Yeah, you'd imagine they would.
Do you see what I mean? So to do it with a keeper that has saved one in that same position and does go late, he reacts rather than, you know, anticipates. Yeah. It makes it even worse.
It does make it even worse. It's just silly. It really, I can't. It probably would have worked against me because when I was playing in goal, the times I did play in goal, if you're right-footed, I'm going to my right bottom corner. If you're left-footed, I'm going to my left bottom corner. And I always used to say, if we get into a shootout, I'm saving 2 pens just based on that.
You go the same way 5 times, you get one.
Just go safe side. Always safe side. So, yeah.
Thanks for that, Peter Shilton.
From the absolute bonkers stupidity of this guy to probably a goal that is worthy of winning any game, any tournament.
Final goal, yeah.
Anything. It could have won anything.
Did this come from Pro Evo, where you used to highlight where the ball's trajectory with the old rainbow thing?
Mate, if Pro Evo have got anything about them and they're still releasing games, this is your front cover next season. This is it.
Yeah.
Because very well done. I think I've plagiarized this. I think it might be BR Football, something like that. I nicked it off Twitter. I see it earlier. Sorry, apologies, guys. But hey, good image. Fantastic work.
Yeah.
What a strike, by the way.
He was sliding as well, so the technique.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Talking of Pro Evo, when it was ISS, remember you used to be able to score from the halfway line. This was a technique you had to use. You had to like let the ball roll away a bit and then slide. It's a long shot. And that's what it was, but an absolute screamer into the top corner. And what a way to win the game, mate.
You know what? From a selfish point of view, I quite enjoyed it because he's off balance and leaning because Hakimi's all over him. So the fact that he rifles it after Hakimi had the other one kind of cancelled out. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We mentioned the other week, lefty goals just have something about them, don't they?
Oh, yeah. So smooth. And it's 100%. Perfect because really, it's quite textbook where they are asleep, isn't it?
Yes.
It's quite textbook where they are asleep. So it's a good way. It's a good way to be rounding off the show that he smashes one into where the owls sleep. So yeah, fantastic work from Gay. What a winner. I want to say one more thing before we wrap because I'm conscious that Spurs Kings are running on straight after us in a couple of minutes. Very happy for Sadio Mane. He's always been a great professional, always been fantastic throughout his career, showed his leadership again in this game, and he lifts the Afcon. And you could see from his face throughout the celebrations how delighted he was to win that for his nation. So, yeah, big up everybody from Senegal. Big up Sadio Mane. And, hey, congratulations.
Yeah, enjoy your bands.
Enjoy your bands with your winners medal. 4 years with no international football because you left the pitch for too long.
Yeah.
But, again, I've said it a few times. Thank you, Marlon, Thank you, Ash, Spurs Kings TV, guys. We've run a
Cheers,
full
gents.
stream this evening for those that have joined. Thank you for joining us. We've got a couple new subs, so thank you for that. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. We're trying to do some different things on the channel and build a bit more so we can reach out more. There's 3 other guys that normally join us, which adds to the chat on the show as well. So might run this a few more times. I'll speak to Marlon and see what we can do. But if not, just join us on our channel. 8:30. Every Monday we're here. We also run other shows like pre-game that we'll run for about an hour before kickoff, hour and 15 minutes before kickoff over the weekend. Talk tactics, get the tactical pad out, see how we think the game's going to play out. And then when team news comes in, line it up, do things from there. So if you're interested in stuff like that, please do join us. But for now, as always, have a wonderful week. See you very soon, people.
Cheers.
Take care.